Welcome back, everyone. It's your pal Orange Chat here for another video. Halyna Hutchins' mom, the woman that Alec Baldwin killed 2 years ago, she visited her daughter's grave, and she comes from Ukraine to lay flowers on second anniversary of Alec Baldwin killing her. The actor shot Hutchins by accident while rehearsing a scene that he shouldn't have been doing with a gun on set of the film Rust in New Mexico. Her family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit, and Baldwin may be charged with involuntary manslaughter. The film's armor, Halyna Hutchins, is pleaded not guilty to involuntary manslaughter and evidence tampering. Excuse me again. The mother of Halyna Hutchins has traveled from Ukraine to lay flowers on her daughter's grave on the second anniversary of her fatal shooting by Alec Baldwin. Olga Hutchins wiped away tears as she carried a bouquet through the graveyard in Los Angeles to mark her daughter's death. It comes as New Mexico's prosecutors announced last week that they were seeking to recharge Baldwin after additional facts had come to light in the case. Yes, actually, facts that were basically reconfirmed that the gun couldn't have fired unless the trigger was pulled. So, Halyna, 42, was working on the director of photography on the set of the low-budget Western film Rust in 2021 when actor Alec Baldwin shot and killed her. He was rehearsing a scene in which he drew his prop gun, which was actually, they should stop calling that, it was a real gun, and pointed it at the camera when it fired, killing Halyna and injuring director Joel Souza. Olga made the long journey from Ukraine to Los Angeles to lay flowers on her daughter's grave. Olga wiped away tears and held a photo of her daughter as she arrived to mark the second anniversary of her death. Cinematographer Halyna Hutchins, 42, was accidentally shot dead by Hollywood actor Alec Baldwin on a set of the upcoming film Rust. She was rushed to the hospital but later died that day. Her family have since filed a wrongful death lawsuit to seek answers about the fatal incident. Speaking on Monday, the attorney for the family, Gloria Allred, said, "There's a family here that is hurting, that is in pain, that is suffering. There was a real human being here who was shot to death that day, and we're always going to remember Halyna." Baldwin has maintained he did not know the gun was loaded and claims he repeatedly asked if the armorer if it was hot or cold. That's news. He was also constantly claiming that he never pulled the trigger, except that the evidence proves otherwise, doesn't it, Alec? Baldwin has already said that it is not clear how live ammunition ended up on set. Well, that's what the investigation is for. Baldwin has maintained the gun fired spontaneously, and involuntary manslaughter charges against him were dropped in April this year when new evidence suggested the gun he was using could have been modified and malfunctioned as a result. Well, then they found out that wasn't the case, didn't they? After the charges were dropped, Baldwin immediately traveled to Montana, where he and other cast and crew members finished making the film. But New Mexico prosecutors announced last week that they were seeking to recharge the actor after additional facts came to light. They are hoping to put the case before a grand jury in the next 2 months. If convicted, Baldwin could face up to 18 months in prison, and he should not do a minute less. Special prosecutors Kerry T. Morrissey and Jason J. Lewis, said in a statement, after extensive investigation of over the past several months, additional facts have come to light, and we believe show Mr. Baldwin has criminal culpability. We believe the appropriate course of action is to permit a panel of New Mexico citizens to determine from here whether Mr. Baldwin should be held for criminal trial. The film's armorer, Halyna Hutchins, has pleaded not guilty to involuntary manslaughter and evidence tampering. She is set to go on trial in February. David Halls, the movie's assistant director, accepted a plea deal on a charge of negligent use of a deadly weapon. In March, he was sentenced to 6 months of supervised probation. So yeah, Honestly, I think that Alec should have to answer for what he did to this family, to the mother and sister. And he needs to have a conversation, and he needs to look them in the eye and apologize to them. Not that it would be enough, not that it would bring Halyna back, but he also blamed Halyna Hutchins. She told me to do it. And then he freaking says that he's a victim himself? Man, you are an anti-2A nutcase, 1. 2, you were cutting safety corners. That's another thing that you're being officially accused of now. But that was already speculated, like, shortly after the killing went down. Safety corners were cut. Union crew were leaving the film because they didn't feel safe. Yeah, y'all remember that? I do. I reported on it. I have a playlist that covers all of it. Anyway, folks, I just wanted to let you know that my prayers are for the Hutchins family, Halyna's sister and mother, and her young son. Not for the husband, because the husband took the money. He put a price on his wife's life and accepted a payoff. If it was my wife, or if I had a wife and my wife was shot dead, accident or no, I want accountability done on the person responsible. And if that person just happens to be a celebrity, I believe that person should be held to criminal account if necessary and if warranted. I wouldn't care if they were rich. I wouldn't care if they were powerful. I would want it. I would want the truth to come out, and I would want those responsible to be held accountable. As everyone should. Anyway, I just wanted to bring this to you, folks. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of this situation? Do you think that he should directly answer to the family with the lawsuit and with criminal accountability if necessary, and if found that he is indeed guilty? Let me know all your thoughts, folks. This has been Orange Chat. You all have a wonderful day. Stay humble.